Hello and a very warm welcome to Science Monitor, your weekly update on what is happening in the field of science, technology, research and innovation to change the S&T landscape of the country and impact your life. I am Aishwarya Kapoor with you. From the launch of a mission to accelerate clean energy solutions to the indigenous products developed by Indian scientists, we have plenty in store for you. But first, let's begin with the headlines. Mission Integrated Biorefineries launched by the Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh. The initiative is a major step to accelerate clean energy solutions through public-private alliances. Indian researchers develop a Make in India touchless touchscreen technology. The technology will help control the spread of COVID-19-like infections caught by frequently touched gadgets and devices. C-DAC unveils several indigenously developed products for societal benefit. The centre is continuously developing indigenous solutions under the National Supercomputing mission. And an IIT Delhi startup develops a highly effective Anti-Microbial Fabric. The affordable and innovative textile will get rid of the viruses, bacteria as well as fungi within 30 minutes. And now the news in detail. According to the latest IPCC report, limiting global warming will require significant transitions in the energy sector. This means nations will have to take significant steps to stop the use of fossil fuels and adopt alternative energy resources as soon as possible. The Government of India also emphasizes clean energy solutions as a high priority. And taking another step in this direction, the government has launched a major futuristic PPP mode initiative, Mission Integrated Biorefineries, to accelerate clean energy solutions. Here is a report.
The environmental impact of the use of fossil fuels and the rapidly depleting fuel resources on our planet have forced the world to shift focus and emphasize on alternative clean energy solutions. India is also committed to a zero carbon emission policy. As part of this commitment, the Union Minister for Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Government of India, Dr. Jitendra Singh recently launched Mission Integrated Biorefineries to accelerate clean energy solutions through public-private partnerships. On the occasion, the Union Minister also announced the funding opportunity of the Hydrogen Valley Platform, which is a global initiative to optimize the hydrogen demand and supply by on-site generation and utilization. 3 integrated clean energy material acceleration platforms set up by the Department of Science and Technology with a total cost of $6 million were also launched. Apart from this, a national funding opportunity on sustainable aviation fuels was announced to support and conduct research, development and demonstration to foster technological innovations in advanced biofuels for aviation applications. Promoting the clean energy initiative through public-private alliances is a significant step toward finding quick and practical solutions. The Mission Integrated Biorefineries unites a dynamic and result-oriented partnership of countries, international organizations, the corporate sector, academic institutions and civil society to accelerate innovation for renewable fuels, chemicals and materials for a low-carbon future. This mission had a soft launch in November 2021 at the COP26 side event at the Mission Innovation Annual Gathering. The event on the 4th of April was the full launch. Hydrogen is being seen as a significant solution in the field of clean energy. With a lot of work already being done in the field, the Hydrogen Valley Platform funding opportunity will optimize hydrogen demand and supply by on-site generation and utilization, utilizing the renewable resources effectively. It will also be helpful in the accurate identification of water excess areas. Dr. Singh said that the Department of Science and Technology is committed to facilitating the delivery of 3 clean hydrogen valleys in India by 2030. The integrated clean energy material acceleration platforms of the Department of Science and Technology will leverage emerging capabilities in next-generation computing, artificial intelligence, machine learning and robotics to accelerate the pace of materials discovery up to 10 times faster. On the other hand, the Department of Biotechnology has initiated a program to tackle microplastic pollution and develop alternatives to single-use plastic using biotechnological interventions.
Indian scientists have developed a touchless touchscreen technology to limit the spread of COVID-19-like infections that spread faster by touch. Scientists from the Center for Nano and Soft Matter Sciences, in collaboration with the Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research, have come up with an affordable touchless touch sensor using printing technology. Using this innovation, one would be able to operate devices like ATMs, self-service kiosks, and many more without touching them physically. Here is our report.
The use of touchscreens for various services is rapidly increasing as things become easier and more accessible with technology development. Touchscreens are mostly used in computers, smartphones, self-service kiosks, ATMs, vending machines, etc. But the coronavirus pandemic brought a new, scary dimension to the use of touchscreens: the increased risk of infection. An indigenous solution to this problem has been found by the Research and Development Institutes operating under the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. The Bengaluru-based Center for Nano and Soft Matter Sciences has developed a touchless touchscreen technology in collaboration with the Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research. This touchless sensor can sense a proximal or hover touch even from a distance of 9 centimeters from the device. This can help control the spread of infections like COVID-19 that are heavily dependent on contact with an infected surface. This research, funded under DST's Nano Mission, has recently been published in the journal Materials Letters.
They're using an invisible metal mesh on the surface of your glass or any surface that can be deposited in a very simple and cost-effective manner, and also on the large scale. So by doing this, they were able to develop these transparent conducting surfaces. Now what they have done is they have slightly modified it, and then were able to, earlier that was also necessary to touch it, but they have now slightly modified their electronics so that they have put two surfaces so that your contact or your resistance modification can be obtained by just going near the surface, need not touch the surface.
Scientists have used advanced printing technology to make this touch-cum proximity sensor called the Touchless Touch Sensor. The institutes have also set up a semi-automated production plant to produce printing-aided patterned transparent electrodes, which will provide cost-effective indigenous solutions for use in advanced touchless screen technologies. The researchers are also developing some prototypes using patterned electrodes for other smart electronic applications, which can be made available to interested industries and research and development laboratories to widen the practical use of this innovation.
Actually, there are various applications. If you think about from the sensor point of view, so you just, one example I gave you that it can be like touchless touchscreen on the ATM displays or kiosk, where actually on the airports or railway station you are doing a lot of activity to print out your things where you have to touch the screen, but at present. But in future, maybe if it can be developed touchless touch screens, that can be without touching the thing, you can take it out the thing. That is one application. Other applications like the security purpose also. Like if you are having some kind of detectors where even if you are passing by nearby, there will be some change in the detector, and that will give you the siren that it can be somebody is present there. So such kind of sensors can be utilized without touching the thing. It can give you the activity happening around. So that is one of the applications we are looking for.
The new low-cost pattern transparent electrodes have great potential in advanced smart electronic devices such as touchless screens and sensors. This touchless touch sensor technology can help prevent the spread of the current pandemic and any future ones.
The Center for Development of Advanced Computing, or C-DAC, was established in 1988 for carrying out R&D in IT, electronics and associated areas. The center is also implementing the National Supercomputing Mission, steered by the Department of Science and Technology in association with the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. The center recently celebrated its 35th Foundation Day and launched several indigenous products for societal benefit and the 4th generation Trinetra interconnect for supercomputers. Let us see our report to get more details.
The National Supercomputing Mission was launched by the central government to make India one of the world leaders in supercomputing. The mission is being jointly steered by the Department of Science and Technology and the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and the Center for Development of Advanced Computing, or C-DAC, is implementing the mission in collaboration with the Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru. With its first HPC mission in 1988 and subsequent delivery of the Param series of supercomputers, C-DAC has been the forerunner of the ICT revolution in India. The center celebrated its 35th Foundation Day on the 2nd of April, and the day saw the launch of innovative products for societal benefits.
C-DAC has come a long way and has maintained its dominance in high technology areas like supercomputing, microprocessor, semiconductor electronics, language technologies, cyber security, artificial intelligence. We are proceeding ahead in a big way in National Supercomputing Mission, that is the high performance computing. We have built our own motherboard, we have built our own switchless interconnect, and now we are going ahead and building our own microprocessor. We are also taking large leaps in the uncharted waters of quantum computing, which is, as of now, a niche technology area.
On this occasion, 3 flagship products were launched. Among them was Trinetra A, the 4th generation network of the Trinetra series. It is an interconnect of 600 Gbps throughput for supercomputers. One of the unique features of Trinetra A is the adaptation of 3D torus network topology, allowing for seamless scalability to large-scale systems. C-DAC's Rudra server, a completely indigenous supercomputing cluster, will use the Trinetra A network as a priority interconnect. The second launch was regarding the Tetra network. C-DAC has a unique distinction of developing an indigenous wireless communication network based on terrestrial trunked radio technology for critical communications. Under this, 2 new products were introduced, the Micro Tetra base station and the Tetra line station. The MTBS has been selected for deployment in the prestigious Hello-Deck communication system on board Indian naval ships. It is also an excellent solution for setting up a Tetra communication network in disaster and emergency situations. In addition, M-Kavach 2, a security solution for Android-based mobile devices, was also launched. M-Kavach 2 helps the users in identifying security and privacy misconfigurations in the devices and further provides advisories related to locking the device, password protection, notification settings to avoid leakage of OTPs, etc.
We have been supported in all our endeavors by our Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, in our projects in the National Supercomputing Mission, along with the Department of Science and Technology, both of which are funding agencies as far as the National Supercomputing Mission is concerned. In addition to that, DSC also supports us in many high technology projects which we undertake with collaborating institutions, even we undertake with the collaborating institutions abroad.
During the event, a security handbook called Cyber Margdarshak was also unveiled by the Director General of C-DAC to guide against cyber offences. These ingenious technology-based products developed by the ministries and the departments of the Government of India aim to enhance the quality of life by taking care of the present and the emerging challenges. Such technologies will also position India at a premium space on the global map.
The Government of India is promoting startups to make the country a leader in every field. And the effect of this push is quite visible in the field of science and technology as well. In this series, Fabius's Innovations, a startup incubated at the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, has developed an economical and highly effective technology to make an antimicrobial cloth. The fabric prepared with this technique will protect from various infections, especially in hospitals. Here is a Science Monitor report.
As new germs and microbes emerge and take the shape of epidemics, researchers and innovators are working overtime to devise novel solutions to fight and prevent such infections. One such technique is the antimicrobial cloth, but the currently available options take about 24 hours to kill bacteria and viruses, which doesn't quell the fear of an infection spreading, as such microbes can double themselves within 30 minutes. To provide a solution, Fabius's Innovations, an IIT Delhi startup, has developed a novel technology for manufacturing highly affordable and effective antimicrobial fabric. This chemical-rich medical textile under the name Fabium can be an effective option for protecting patients from catching secondary infections, especially inside hospitals. According to researchers, this cloth can kill up to 99% pathogens in just 30 minutes.
In a tropical climate country like India, so the public hospitals are majorly crowded. So there is always a cross contamination of infections. So, and the textile materials are one of the most abundant materials in this healthcare facilities. So, you know, when you wash any kind of fabric, the bacteria and pathogens, bacteria and other viruses are adhered to the surface of the fabric, and they do not get washed away. Even if you wash the fabric with hot water, they do not get washed away. So, the ideal way to sterilize that fabric is through autoclaving, that is through steam washing. So, but that is a bit costly. So, even in rural hospitals, that is usually not a preferred option. So, they use some other washing techniques to get rid of those bacteria and viruses. So, what we thought that there should be a cheaper way to get rid of those pathogens and also at the same time reduce these hospital-acquired infections. So, we developed, to counter that, we developed Fabium.
The researchers have created the antimicrobial fabric, Fabium, after 3 years of tireless efforts and research. The fabric was developed using high-pat technology, making it highly effective against bacteria, viruses and fungi. Fabium has been designed to destroy 99.9% of microbes within 30 minutes of its exposure to them, thereby minimizing the spread of microbial infections. This non-toxic and breathable fabric can be used to make masks, towels, bed covers and clothes used in the medical field. And any kind of fabric, be it natural or synthetic, woven or non-woven, can be used to make Fabium.
We take rolls and rolls of fabric and we treat the fabric with a set of proprietary chemicals that we have developed, and this is done in the industry. And then the fabric roll goes through a set of textile machineries where we control certain parameters like temperature, pH of the system, etc. And the final fabric which comes out of the whole system is like infection proof. So, which has this high performance antimicrobial capabilities. In the early days of Fabius's, we were looking for some support from the government. So, DST and DBT came into the picture. So, I was personally supported by the DST fellowship program, and the startup was supported by a DBT BIRAC program. So, all these fellowships and grants basically supported us in the product development part and also the commercialization part.
This indigenous technology for manufacturing antimicrobial fabric will undoubtedly decrease the cost of such products. This automatically means that this medical textile can be used on a larger scale, strengthening the country's defenses against microbial infections.
And now let's have a quick look at some other developments that have made news in the field of science and technology in our segment Science Express.
The number of patents granted to Indian scientists at the Indian Patent Office (IPO) has doubled in the last 3 years. According to the information provided by the Union Minister of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Dr. Jitendra Singh, in the Rajya Sabha, 2,511 patents were granted to Indian scientists in the year 2018-19, and the number increased to 4,003 in the year 2019-20, and 5,629 patents were granted in the year 2020-21. 3 departments under the Ministry of Science and Technology, the Department of Science and Technology, Department of Biotechnology, and Department of Scientific and Industrial Research represent diverse sectors of scientific research. The research supported by these departments has yielded a significant amount of scientific knowledge in terms of research publications, development of technologies and innovations, contributing to the overall development of the country. The increasing number of patents reflects the concrete results the scientific research has yielded within the last 3 to 4 years. With this, India's Global Innovation Index (GII) ranking has now improved to 46th position, which was 81st in the year 2014. Glaciers are melting rapidly due to global warming, and this is a matter of huge concern for the whole world. In India, various scientific institutes under the Ministry of Earth Sciences, Ministry of Science and Technology, and Department of Space monitor Himalayan glaciers for various scientific studies. These studies include collecting glacier data and reporting changes in their mass. According to the information provided by the Union Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh, in the Lok Sabha, the mean retreat rate of Hindu Kush Himalayan glaciers is 14.9 plus minus 15.1 meter per annum, which varies from 12.7 plus minus 13.2 meter per annum in Indus, 15.5 plus minus 14.4 meter per annum in Ganga, and 20.2 plus minus 19.7 meter per annum in Brahmaputra River Basin. However, glaciers in the Karakoram region have shown comparatively minor length change, indicating stable conditions. Melting of glaciers is a natural process, but it increases the risks related to glacier hazards. Therefore, various Indian institutes and organizations are monitoring the Himalayan glaciers using high-end technology to assess the calamities associated with the melting. Indian researchers have deciphered the molecular structure of SARS-CoV-2's functional protein region, which is responsible for the infectivity of the virus. Researchers at IIT Mandi's School of Basic Sciences studied the structure of the inner section of a key spike protein and succeeded in unraveling the molecular structure of the active protein region. The spike proteins present on the novel coronavirus make the virus capable of penetrating the host cells. These proteins have a section called the endodomain, which is found inside the viral structure. The endodomain was found to be highly flexible, having no definite shape. This suggests that the endodomain can adopt a completely or partially disordered structure under different conditions. Now, scientists can explore drugs to target this region of the spike protein, keeping in mind its structural flexibility. The study has been published in the research journal Virology. The Government of India intends to open more space research centers across the country to support the efforts of the Indian Space Research Organization. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh shared this information while replying to a question in the Lok Sabha. He added that the existing Space Technology Incubation Center and the Regional Academia Center for Space will get a grant of up to Rs 200 lakh per year to promote space research. He also informed about the upcoming space mission missions of the ISRO, planned for launch in 2022. The Government of India is also pursuing collaborative projects with foreign space research organizations to enhance the capacity of the Indian space program and augment products and services through joint experiments. One such mission is the NASA-ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar. The Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, is working with the US Space Agency, NASA, to jointly realize the satellite mission for scientific studies of Earth.
That is all in today's edition of Science Monitor. Keep sending your feedback and suggestions through email. Our email ID is indiascience@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write into us at Vigyan Prasar, A50, Sector 62, Noida 201309, Uttar Pradesh. So we take your leave now. See you again next week. Till then, stay safe and think scientifically. Bye for now.